Hello and welcome to the Wiltshire Caravans handover video for the eldest Xplore 586. Okay, I'll take you around the outside of the caravan first, just to let you know this runs on the Alco chassis. This one is also fitted with the Alco ATC, which is the Alco trailer control. So if in the event that the starts snaking when you're travelling, you will dab the brakes on to steady everything up. I'll start round at the back. Just to let you know, I have already unlocked most of the lockers space just for easy use whilst doing this video. Okay, so at the back we have the two grab handles to help you manually move the caravan. You see the light clusters. We've got brake lights, reversing lights for running lights, and also you've got reversing lights on there. That's where your number plate will go. Also you've got your corner steadies down here. Sorry about the phone there. Right, okay, on the side you can see windows on the side. Very important bits here. The toilet area, for the emptying of the toilet area. First thing you see here, we've got the area where the pink flush, well, the pink rinse fluid goes in. That goes in there. Look at your whichever one you use to find out the quantities with water, the actual mixed solution to go in there. I use an old pop bottle just to I put the solution in there and the water and just fill it up from there. Okay, the actual area for the cartridge is in here. This is the standard Thetford cartridge. To remove, just lift the handle and pull out. You'll know when it needs emptying because there's a little light by the toilet that tells you it requires emptying. Okay, so it does. This handle does come out, so you can take it along on wheels. But to empty, you need to take the funnel, take the cap off, and then lift, and then press the orange button to release any air pressure in there and any fluid and whatever comes out there at the chemical point. To put the blue solution in the cap, there are some markers just to show you how much blue solution to put in, and again, depending on which solution you use is to the amount of water you put in there as well. To rinse out, slide that back and open the valve, and you'll be able to see inside. Just about see inside there. There's a little float. In that float, with that float is the way it shows turns the light on when it's full up. Okay, put that back in, and it literally just slides straight back in and then closes up. Okay. Right, further along, got your two waste outlets. They are for your shower and your two sinks, the one in the kitchen and one in the bathroom. Alloy wheels on this model, and the motor mover. The motor mover will show you how the operation later on. With the wheels, the nuts need to be tightened up to 130 Newton meters. So if you have a torque wrench, that is perfect to check. Right, battery box. Oddly enough, this is where your leisure battery will be. I hope you can hear me because the wind is whistling around a bit. Okay, so that's your electric hookup. Leisure battery that's in there. You can see here there is a that's the switch for the motor mover. It's located there. There's a key that goes in there, which I'll show you in a while. But just means that you cannot engage the motor mover whilst you're still having the electric hookup plugged in, just a safety feature. Okay, a bit further along, right, this is where your water goes in, your water supply. There's your water pump, barrel. This just slides up so. The pump itself fits nicely in there, and just clip that down. Your water is now ready. This would be full. It's not at the moment, it's empty, but this would be full. That will go over to prevent any detritus going into the barrel. You'll be all ready to go for water inside the vehicle. There is the exhaust system for if you're running your heating on gas. Okay, another corner steady. Grab handles, large window at the front, and gas locker here. In the gas locker, a gas pipe set up for propane. You can have 2 bottles in here, and this is where most of all your bits and bobs will be kept. There you've got your CRIS number for this particular caravan. CRIS number being the registration identification. Okay, just moving along. Got the windows right. Okay, you've got that's where the microwave exhaust point is. Exhaust point, vent, and vents for fridge and freezer there. Right, that's down by the front door, or the only door I should say. That's all the details for this particular caravan. Maximum MTPLM is the maximum plated weight of 1350 kilograms. Tyre pressure should be 52 psi, and as it says there, the wheel bolt torque for the alloys is 130 Newton meters. Okay, as it's freezing out here, I'm going to be going inside now, just to show you all the features inside. Okay, door open, step inside caravan. I did put the heating on earlier, so it is now nice and warm in here, which is a blessed relief because it is absolutely freezing out there. Okay, so just a very quick look around here before we go into more detail for you. First things first, as you step into the caravan, on the left hand side you will see these are all the controls and light switches, etc. So master switch is already on. As I said, I put the heating on a little bit earlier on just to make sure I don't freeze to death out here. Lights. I'll just turn around. There are your lights. Okay, you do have a couple of individual lights on the seating area, which can be turned off and on individually. Being individual lights, I suppose that makes sense. Okay, awning. That's not an automatic awning. That's the awning light outside, and the pump is for the water. Now we don't have any water in the barrel, but that is where you would press that. See a little light comes on. That's where you would then start pumping water into the caravan. Right, now your very simple system for the water heating and heating inside the van. I'll start with the heating inside the van. Okay, so at the moment I've got it running on the maximum electric power, and that's where I put the temperature up. To change the powers, just keep pressing the heating button, so you can run on gas should you wish to do so if you're not don't have any electric hookup. Right, so you've got press it again, you've got off, then you have one bar, so to speak. Basically, if you're on a site with limited power, that will make the heating work, but very slowly. Most UK sites, 2 is more than adequate to warm up the caravan. Obviously not at this time of year. Then maximum is 3. Like I say, or gas, however you want to. But generally, that will be sufficient for your needs. And then the plus and minus for the temperature of how hot you want the caravan to be. The hot water works virtually the same, the water heating. Just press on the tap button to go on to electric power or gas power or a mixture of both. Obviously we have no water connected at the moment, so that would need to just stay off for now. Okay, now you do get all this information in the user manual, but you can always give us a call at Wiltshire Caravans on 01373 752 100 if you do have any questions about that. Now there is something else rather important regarding the water, and I will show you that right now. So on the right hand side, lifting up the cushions, you can see there a yellow valve. The yellow valve is to enable water to come from the outside into the caravan, or also to dump water out of the taps and the hot water tank when travelling, or particularly for winterizing. To drop all the fluid out, like I say, this is all in the manual. It's a bit awkward here trying to record as well, but the water will just flow straight down onto the floor. That's where your water heater is as well. Okay, particularly important winterizing. Another thing to note, whilst we're on the right hand side, underneath there's a little door there. This is where your fuse box and all the breaker switches are. Okay, so right, whilst we're in the lounge, just to show, there's a power point there. Table here. Nice for a cup of tea in the morning. A couple of nice drawers. But when extending the bed to a large double bed, just under there, pull the slats out and arrange the cushions for a very nice large double bed. Okay, got plenty of cupboard space in here. But in here we also have radio CD player, also has a USB connection and an auxiliary point, just to make sure you can have all the music you want. Also in here you've got the TV aerial and radio aerial. That unscrews, this lifts up, this sets the pitch. I would suggest that as soon as you get to a site, see wherever everyone else has their aerial pointing and aim it in that direction, then retune your TV. Okay, there's the booster as well. But lots of cupboards all the way through. Speakers under there. Also have a little light here, which can turn off individually. Windows, standard windows, open as such. Opens up and then keep open by using these. I'm not going to keep that open for very long. It is absolutely brass monkeys out there. But with the windows, of the blinds, you have fly screens and blackout blinds. You've got those on all of the windows. But do hold on to these when you're lifting them back up, otherwise they will come up quite sharply. Have the large one at the front, fly screen, blinds as well. Okay, right, so that's the lounge area. Right, here, nice bit of worktop. But in this little cabinet here, you have a freestanding table. And your TV point. You've got a TV aerial point, you've also got a 12-volt socket there, as well as a 230-volt. Okay. And you've got the diner area, particularly good in times when it's either cold out or if it's wet out. You can sit inside, have a cup of tea, a glass of wine, whatever floats your boat. And again, lots of cupboard space. On the right hand side, we have the kitchen area. We've got the Thetford duplex cooker Okay, we've got 3 burners on here, a large burner and 2 smaller ones. Just work like an ordinary cooker. You will need to make sure that the glass top is up fully, otherwise the burners won't ignite. You also have in here an oven and grill and a grill pan there. You will have all the books for this, as I said, the user manuals. I'm not going to teach you how to use a cooker. Underneath there, cupboard with gas isolators. Now these gas isolators are for the fridge, the cooker, well, the hob and the cooker itself. If you're using propane, you can turn everything off at the bottle, should you wish to do so. Entirely up to you. That's all I ever do, and then I just literally put one of the rings on and burn off any excess gas. Microwave only turns on when you press the eco button, allegedly. There you go. So again, manual for that. I'm going to teach you how to use a microwave. Cabinet space. There's the isolation switch for the microwave. Just to show you that. That's now turned that microwave off completely. Area for plates and cups and all sorts of weird and whatever you want. Also got 2 30-volt sockets for kettle, coffee maker, whatever you use, toaster, and a light switch for the kitchen part. So just to show you that. Sink with the mixer tap. Very standard. Sink. Now the fridge. The fridge is the Dometic fridge. To switch the power on, just use that button there. Let's go through a quick diagnostic, and then the first one you see here is the electric. So as we're plugged into the electric mains, that's on there. You can, if you don't have electric hookup, you can go on to gas. It's beeping at the moment, bit of a warning saying, oh, something wrong. Well, we haven't got any gas connected, that's what that is. And also we have the opportunity to run from the car alternator. Just turn it off for the sound. Now, as long as the fridge is already cold, you can store items in there, and when you plug into the car, as long as you're using the 13-pin system, the fridge will maintain a cold temperature. It won't go from start, so don't think it'll freeze anything down from start. It won't, but if it's already cold, it will maintain that temperature. Now, talking of temperatures, to adjust the temperature of the fridge, just that button there. Looking inside the fridge itself, nice size fridge. Same size fridge as the one I've got in my van. It's surprising how much you can get in there. Nice size freezer box. You can take that freezer box out if you just want a larger fridge. Entirely up to you. Make sure this door is closed properly, otherwise you will get a beep sound and you will need to close the door to its full extent. Okay, moving back. Wardrobe. It's got a curtain track for the bunk out here if you want to separate that. But yeah, rail, cupboard space. Yeah, nice size wardrobe in there. Okay, on the other side we've got the 2 bunks. The fixed ladder on there. Nice comfy bunks. Each bunk has got its own individual light. Should whoever's in there want to read. To the bathroom. Nice sized bathrooms in these. I'll try not to stand in front of the mirror, I don't want to scare anyone. But you've got the towel rail mirror, sorry, scared myself there. A vent you can open up, I suggest you probably do if you're using the loo. Cupboard space, nice there. The toilet, okay. Now this does swivel, so you're not necessarily going to be sat in the in the shower. Right, to activate the flush, the rinse is done through here. That's the light that comes on when the toilet needs emptying. Generally fine, that's going to be the last thing at night, just before you go to bed. Rinse there, and then to empty the contents, this lever here pushes right across, and then that's empty everything, and then pull it back to that position. Make sure you do pull it back to that position, otherwise you will not be able to get the cartridge out of the toilet. Okay. Shower has a strap to keep the doors closed whilst in transit. Put the shower in there. Nice size shower, mixed tap. Yeah, all in all, very useful, handy space in here. As I said about the fridge, it started beeping because I hadn't closed the door correctly. Okay, so this is, as I said, the Xplore 586. Great starter van, good family van. Just quickly show you the operation of the sunroof. This handle here, pull down and slide. It's actually harder to do one-handed than I thought. Oh, there it goes. And keep it closed, but make sure it does clip back in properly. We also have blackout lines and fire screens on those. So that is the internal workings, and now we'll get to the motor mover. Okay, back outside. So with the motor mover, as I said, we're back out at the battery box, and next to the electric hookup, which I will remove now, we have the isolation switch for the motor movers. Now, to activate the mover, to get power to it, this little key, there's a little cutout on the switch inside, push in and twist until it stops. You've now put power to the motor mover. Okay, now I may be teaching you to suck eggs, and I apologise if I do, but to actually use the motor mover we need to get the corner steadies up and take the handbrake off. But just as we're just doing this for a demonstration, I'm just going to show you how everything works without actually moving the vehicle. Okay, so the switch is on. We now need to engage the motor mover itself onto the wheel. So there's the bar that we use on the motor mover. The bar goes on until it sits in firmly, and then to activate or to engage the motor mover onto the wheel, we literally push it over until you hear a big clunk. Now that big clunk means it's engaged. It's engaged on this side. It's also been engaged on the other side as well. So you only have to do that one side. Okay, so now the motor mover itself is engaged to the wheel. It's calibrated to work at the correct PSI, which it was 52 on this, and as long as the wheel nuts and everything's done, all good. Right, just to show you how it works, I'm disengaging the actual system itself, but I can still show you how the motor mover works. Okay, so there is your remote control for your motor mover. Whenever it is engaged, you can quarter steadies up and your handbrake's off. To switch the power on, both of the green buttons need to be pressed at the same time. Okay. Now there's a little light that's just come on there. Now, this shape is the shape of your caravan, with this being the A-frame, i.e. the front. So in effect, you'll be looking that way around. Okay. To move, if you're standing in front of the van, to move it towards you, press that. And you can hear that engage. And I'll just show you there. That's just showing the movement of the mover. As soon as you take your hand off, your thumb off the button, it stops. Likewise, this will go backwards. and turning. This will swing it round to this way. The arrow showing which way it's going to come round. And these two at the top are just the speeds. You can slow the motor mover down to minimum or maximum speed. Now maximum speed is still only 1 mile an hour I should say, and that is generally sufficient for your needs. You do not have to worry about the middle button. That was for an automatic mover, which this is not. Okay, switch off, simply one of the green buttons, and that's now powered off. And remove the key. I'm going to leave that in the battery box there. Do remember to take that out, because although it won't be much of a drain, there will be still a small drain on the battery when the motor mover is still connected. Okay, then we shut up shop, and that, as I say, is the handover video for the Xplore 586. Hope this has been useful to you. If you have any questions, give us a call on 01373 752 100. And we'll be only happy to help. Okay, thanks for your time and enjoy this lovely family caravan.